This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am building a large, colorful family home in the new world of Tartosa, which is the world that comes with the Sims 4 My Wedding Stories game pack, which releases this Wednesday, February 23rd. Before we get further into the video, I just wanted to mention it's not final software, it's subject to change, so if you see any sort of like weird glitches or anything like that, keep in mind that this is not final software. With that out of the way, let's talk about this build. This is not a style that I've ever felt super comfortable with or like I was good at, which is why you don't see this style of home on the channel very often, but of course it is the style of the new world of Tartosa, and this world is gorgeous, and I've always found these homes to be so pretty. So I felt really inspired to try to create something on the larger scale in a more, I guess, like Mediterranean style, because this world is based on that area. And I love how this one came out. I think this is one of the first larger scale homes in this style that I've ever actually felt proud of, and like I did a decent job, but it took a really long time to do. I was fiddling around with it. I had like 80 different inspiration photos open because it's just one I struggle with. I feel like we all have like a certain style of build that we're better at and ones that are a little bit harder for us to build, and this is definitely one for me. But I am so excited for you to see how this turned out because I think it's so fun. I had a blast figuring out some colors. I think I'm going to be calling this like Colorful Tartosa Family Home or something like that because it ends up being pretty vibrant with like some rich pink color flowers on the outside. The windows are like a mint color. I just really like the colors in this pack, and it was really fun to experiment with them and with a style I don't build in very often. So I do hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy this build and you would like to download it, you'll be able to grab it on Wednesday once the pack is out for everybody worldwide. And you'll be able to find that on the gallery if you search my origin ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So these are the flowers I was talking about in this really bright pink color. I love these vines, but I've always had like a lot of trouble using them because they're kind of chunky. Like they're really thick off the building. But I liked how they looked here. They're originally from Jungle Adventure, and that's the version I'm using here. But if you don't have that, they're also available in debug with this pack with My Wedding Stories. So no worries there, you can grab them there. And then over here, I'm just like fiddling with the roof quite a bit because I wanted there to be this rounded section above the door to accommodate a medium height door on a short wall height. So I had to play around with the roof to make it look proper and like it wasn't clipping all over the place. And you'll see I changed the color of the windows and the flowers and the doors and everything so many times. It took a really long time to get to the color scheme I go with in the end. And also, this is one of those houses that I go back and forth between the interior and the exterior, and I keep adding more landscaping throughout the entire build. And by the end, it's very lush and there's like so much greenery and flowers, and I love how it comes out. I also really love the trees in this pack. Pretty much all the landscaping with this pack is in debug though. None of it's in the regular catalog, which is kind of frustrating, but there are some beautiful new trees and things that just match this world gorgeously. So it was just really refreshing to have like a new environment and new landscaping to go ahead and play around with. So this was just a really fun build. I know I say that a lot, but I think you'll be able to tell by how much landscaping that comes to be on this lot that I kind of went all out with it. But here we are starting the process of figuring out what color the outside is going to be. And so the windows are turning brown, and then I cut out like probably 20 minutes of footage sped up, so probably like over an hour. And now it's suddenly everything's mint, the color that I end up going with in the end. And we start working on some more landscaping and then figuring out the floor plan. And then I'll go back outside and do some more landscaping. This actually ends up being a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. I was imagining there were 2 parents here, a teenager, and 2 children. That was what I decided to furnish this for. And so this ends up having like a skill building room that looks like a garage on the outside, but on the inside is just like a skill building room. Obviously, I said 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. There's a pretty spacious kitchen, a separate dining and living area. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I don't think so. The parents' bedroom and the teenager's bedroom are on the main floor, and then the kids kind of share the upstairs space. It's pretty much one big room plus a bathroom up there. I thought that was kind of fun, and I like how it came out, so I hope you will enjoy it as well. But this is pretty much how the floor plan comes together. I have a little archway over by the staircase that leads you into the bedrooms and the bathroom, and then this is going to be where the kids are. I just kind of placed down beds to remind myself what I was thinking for each of the rooms, and then we're back outside landscaping. I told you how you could download this build, but I forgot to mention how expensive it is. It's 88,010 simoleons, and we're back at landscaping. So here I decided I really wanted to go all out with this side of the build and make it way more green, because there's like this area that like tucks inward, and I decided to add like a little bench over here so you could sit out here and relax. So I decided I also needed some stones that were leading over here, and it ends up being just surrounded in greenery, and I love how it comes out. And I'll be adding some more terrain paint over there as well to make it its own little section. You'll see what I mean in a second here. I'm going to have a circle of terrain paint and then like fill it in with more plants, and I just love the colors here. I've never really built with colors like this before. Like the mint plus like the purple flowers and the pink flowers, and just it's a lot of color. But I don't think I overdid it. You can let me know if I'm wrong. But I think it's enough color and looks like really inviting and happy, which is what I was going for. And so it was really exciting for me. I just really like how this build came out. But we're heading on inside now, and we're starting off with the kitchen, and I changed my mind about these counters. At first I was like, I think the base game counters would be great, but they weren't like the swatch I wanted. So I ended up swapping them out for Jungle Adventure. So you'll see all of a sudden, all of the counters are gone, but I had to keep some of this in because I ended up putting in the appliances while I had these counters, and then I changed my mind. So you'll see that now. I was very indecisive with this kitchen, and that's kind of frustrating because it was the first room I did. So it was taking a really long time, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to furnish this house. I love the exterior, but now I don't know how to do the interior, but it came together in the end. It just took a little bit longer than I was thinking it would. But here we are swapping out those counters and bringing more of that mint color inside. We have the wallpaper in here plus this stove. There's a lot of Jungle Adventure going on in this room. Also, I've talked about how much I love these windows from the outside, but from the inside, they look so cool. They kind of look like doors, like you can open them. But I like that. I feel like we haven't had too many windows that look like that, and it's just, I love getting new windows and doors. I feel like it adds so much to the game. Anyway, this is a bar back that came with Jungle Adventure. At first I thought it would look nice in the kitchen, but I ended up putting it in the living room instead, and had like a little bar section in there that I thought was quite fun, and we're just trying to figure out what else to put in this kitchen space. I end up just adding all sorts of clutter in here. I was having a lot of fun figuring out what items from the new pack I wanted to use. We have like these beautiful lanterns with some flowers. And then I just also wanted to add like some normal kitchen stuff, like a dish rack and a bowl of fruit and all of that. But I decided to use these end tables from the Laundry Day pack, and then we're back into the living room. I bounce around a lot in this build. But anyway, that is, like I said, the bar back from Jungle Adventure, and then I'm using the brand new bar that came with this pack, which is so simple. I don't feel like we need that many more bars, but I like this one because it's just like plain. There's a couple of swatches that have like a logo or something on the front, but for the most part, they're really plain, and I appreciate that. It makes it so much more versatile. I also used this gorgeous coffee table that came with the, oh goodness, what was it called? Courtyard Oasis. It's so pretty. It is such a pretty coffee table. There were some really beautiful items that came with that kit. And then just like a nice tree in here, which came with paranormal, and a couple of paintings and stuff. I was thinking that the family that lived here has like a history of like working in this town and like working in the wedding business. And I was thinking a grandpa that is no longer with us used to play piano a lot for receptions. And now his daughter, the mother of this family, she is really into floral arrangements, and you'll see in the like garage section of this house when we get to it that that's been converted into like a flower workshop. It's so pretty. I just thought it was a fun idea and incorporated some of the aspects of this pack / like the things that you would associate with weddings. and added a little bit more personality to this family. So I really enjoyed that. I hope you'll like it. Anyway, I just talked over the dining room. There's not much to it. It's a very small room tucked in by the staircase. And then that separated off the entryway to this room as well. The only thing I'm changing in here is I'm getting a couple of these rugs stacked on top of each other to fit under the table and add a little bit more color. And then I painted the walls as well. And added a couple of paintings and a plant. But that's pretty much it for the dining room. I kept it fairly simple. So we're moving on into the first downstairs bathroom now. There are 3 bathrooms. 2 are on this floor. 1 is upstairs. But this is the only one I show in the video because I didn't think it was too necessary to show all 3. They're pretty much the same in like what objects I picked, although I think one of them has a stand-up shower instead of a shower tub combo, but they have all the same colors and stuff, and they're pretty cohesive throughout the build. Anyway, this is that garage flower arranging area I had mentioned. I used the flower arranging table from Seasons, this really pretty shelf from the Blooming Rooms kit, and then I clutter the area with all sorts of plants, both ones that are just like decorative and the ones you can actually arrange or purchase through the newest game pack. So there's some really beautiful bouquets here. And I was just having a lot of fun decorating the area with all sorts of flowers and making it look like there was one they just finished still on display there. And got some of these bigger flower arrangements that came with this, as well as like this little, I guess, sign that has flowers around it as well. I was thinking that the sim could have also put that together. I also think the Blooming Rooms kit really came in handy for a couple of these items. We have a variety of those and a cute rug in the middle. I also just think the windows look so pretty in here, and I also put a back door. So you could head out to the backyard there. There's not much of a backyard. I end up putting a couple of planters out there a little bit later. I can't remember if I did that on camera or not. But anyway, this is the entryway. I decided having an accent wall here using this like floral wallpaper from Paranormal would look really nice. And I also got a floral arrangement in here. Once again, another one of those bouquets. And then this is going to be the primary bedroom. I changed the colors a few different times and it ends up being a little bit more modern in style. I couldn't decide on a bed and I just like how simple this one is from Dream Home Decorator, so I ended up using that. And then I used the curtains that just came out with this new game pack, and I end up experimenting, like playing around with the colors of the curtains, which inspires like the end result of this bedroom. You'll see it ends up being a little bit more blue in here, and I really like it because right now it's super neutral and I think it's fine. I would have been happy with it the way it is as well right now, but I particularly like how it ended up turning out in the end after playing with some of those colors. But just getting some clutter over on the bedside tables, and then here I am playing around with the curtains and the bed swatch, and I think it looks really nice in here. I love the pop of color with those curtains, and I also grabbed a tea set to put over here because we now have functional tea sets thanks to the new game pack. So just adding one of those and some flowers, and that's it for the primary bedroom, and we're moving on into the teenager's bedroom. So I really wanted to use this pink wallpaper that came with this pack. It's sort of like ombre, I suppose. Is that the correct term? I don't know, but there's a gradient of the pink on the wallpaper, and I thought it was really pretty, and so I paired it with this bed and these beautiful paintings from the, oh goodness, those are from movie Hangout, I think? And we have mismatched side tables and a couple of plants here and there. I just wanted this to be a really pretty pink/neutral bedroom, and I think it came out pretty nice in the end. I, of course, love that bed. It's like my go-to bed for any teenager's room. It's from Seasons. It's one of my favorites. I really hope we get more beds in the future that are like that, where the comforter is like draping onto the floor. I just feel like it stands out amongst other beds, and that's probably why I used it so often. Oh yeah, the curtains I used in here are really bright. And I think I kept them like that. I thought it was a little bit different and not to my own taste, which is something I've been trying to do more lately, which is building some stuff or making some design decisions that are not things I personally like, but I feel like somebody else might. So that is what that was. Anyway, this is the kids' bedroom up on the top floor. It's very purple and green. They have matching beds from Dream Home Decorator, and I have like a dresser between them. I was thinking they were really into music and also nature, and like to help their mom out with the flower arranging and like being just helpful with all of that. But they're really into music as well, and of course they have lots of toys because kids. So that was the concept, a very simple concept, but I just decorated with that in mind, and they have a pretty big room, so they have a lot of space for activities. I added a large stuffed animal. I also added the scouting board and I think the chemistry table in here as well, yeah. And that's pretty much it for this build. I'm just gonna be finishing up some landscaping and adding a yoga mat out on this little porch or this little balcony, and then we're gonna be heading on into screenshots. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps me out. You can also subscribe if you have not already and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thanks for watching. Bye everyone.